Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special interview as part of our build up to NoVacancy Expo London, taking place 25th, 26th of February 2026 at XL London. I'm Dan Assor, I'm the event director of NoVacancy, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Jonatan Tsuff, CEO of Noovy. How are you today, Jonatan?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
Good. Hopefully, I got the pronunciation of your surname correct.
Yeah. Yes, no, that's fine. It's
That was a
perfect.
good attempt. Thanks for joining me. Before we get into the sort of trends and opportunities shaping the industry, it'd be good if you could start by telling us about Noovy, the
hmm
company that I know you founded, I think, in 2017,
hmm
and I guess the types of clients you work with across the UK, Europe, and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it started. So my background is in the hotel business. So my family owns an hotel. So I started working at that hotel from a very young age. Later on, I continued basically in the hotel industry, managing independent hotels in the Netherlands, Germany, Czech Republic, and Spain. So really hotel background, and also from, yeah, I think more or less it was 10 years ago then when I was searching for a different PMS for one of the hotels I worked at, and basically came to the conclusion that with a few other people that there's no good solution for independent hotels, and we took on the challenge of building it ourselves. And what we were really looking for and build is an all-one solution that includes everything that an independent hotel would need, including PMS, channel management, book engine, revenue management. And we wanted to also help hotels use it in a proper way, so really offer that support. And we want to keep it also affordable, as really focused for independent hotels. So it was quite a challenge, and to be honest, it was, especially in the beginning, very difficult and very much more complicated than we expected. It took much more longer for us to build it as than we expected. So a lot of, I guess, really underestimated it. But I think now, I mean, indeed, building it already for 8 years, we're very proud of what we built. We're very happy with what we built, and also very happy to see how it's helping hotels,
Sure.
generating better results and helping with their operations. So, yeah, so basically your question was, who is it for? So it really is for independent hotels. So we focus on small to medium sized independent properties.
Thank you, and congratulations on starting and your 8 years on the
Yeah,
journey. And I'm sure at the end I'll ask you what's something that you would have liked to have known 8 years ago that you that you that you now know when starting a
many
business.
things, many things.
Many things. Let's jump straight into it, and I want to start with something I guess that every hotelier at the moment is grappling with. So staff shortages.
hmm
Um, definitely post pandemic, we know
Yeah,
lots of people, lots of stats suggest that the industry, lots of people left. So from front
yeah.
desk to housekeeping, it's a huge challenge. How do you see and how is automation helping hotels overcome this?
Yeah, so I think that innate staff shortages, I think, was already a problem before
Yes,
COVID, and I think that during COVID, obviously a lot of people left the industry, and it's been a struggle getting them back. So especially nowadays, it's a very big challenge, and I think that it's not something that will be solved anytime soon. So I think it will only be more difficult to find people, find good people. I think we should still continue to try and bring people back, back or new people into the hospitality industry. I think it's an amazing industry to work at. So that's definitely something we should continue. But I think that it's not going anywhere. So I think that we do need to look at also other solutions. And I think the tech can really help there in many different aspects. So we can, for example, we can automate a lot of tasks that currently hotel staff are doing. That will, save them a lot of time. One example is, for example, regarding the virtual credit cards of Booking.com and Expedia. There are still many hotels that the hotel staff in the morning, enters the virtual credit card number and charges it manually. All that can obviously be automated, saving a lot of time. So there are many of these kind of examples. So that's one thing. I think, and also about the online check-in. So having the guests check in online prior to their arrival. And there are different ways of doing it, right? So there are some hotels that are maybe not comfortable of the guests going directly to their room without passing the reception. So you can also just hand over the keys to at reception, but then at least you're saving a lot of time in the check. So you reduce the check-in time a lot because the guests prior to arrival already completed all their information that you need to have from the guest, and also the payment was already completed. So it's basically really only seeing if you can help the guest with anything else, and providing them the key card. That's another solution. Some hotels actually want to go further, and we also offer, for example, you have the self check-in kiosks, which is amazing. So we really see that and I do think that is, you know, I do see it more and more, and I do think that that's a very good way. And then still, you can have staff that help the guest, and with anything else, and really provide it, the hospitality and additional service. But let's say the more administrative tasks of checking in and putting on the guest details and the payment and all these things can be handled without staff. So that
Sure.
saves also a lot of time. So there are many different things where tech can really help with the staff shortages issue.
Sure. And you referenced that the industry, I guess, has always struggled with from a staffing
Yeah.
perspective, pre and post COVID. And since you founded the business, have you noticed, I guess, a change in how people view tech in helping with these sort of tasks? Ultimately, how do you strike the right balance between tech and hospitality,
Yeah.
and not replacing the human touch?
Yeah, so I think a lot of change, especially during COVID, there was a lot of change there. I think that there are different types of hotels. So some hotels really, but I think that hotels are embracing technology more than let's say 10 years ago. That's definitely the case. And there are some hotels that just want to have some technology to assist on certain tasks. Can be a kiosk, can be online check-in, can be anything to assist or automate some tasks. And some hotels really, go further and really want their guests to really be able to do everything themselves and without any staff. So there are different ways to approach it. In most cases, it's really where the hotel wants to get rid of those repetitive tasks, get rid of the administration, and get rid of everything which is not really, benefiting the guest experience, let's say. So they do just want their staff to focus on, making the guests happy and assisting them, where needed, and giving the really the hospitality experience. And that's, I think, a big plus, not only for the hotel, but especially also for the guest, obviously, because
Sure.
the guest, expects more. The guest expectations have also changed from now compared to 10 years ago. So a lot of guests don't want, to wait in line for check-in. They don't want check-in to take 15, 20 minutes. They don't want, they want to have, many guests do want to have like someone at the hotel that they can assist them, and they can go there with any questions or anything they need to, but they don't want to waste all this time on these administrative
Sure.
tasks. And that's I think, a big change from now compared to 10 years ago.
Thank you. And are you seeing a sort of a difference in take up of some of these systems and solutions depending on the property type? Because I guess if I'm checking into what I would call a destination hotel, it's more of a holiday rather than say a business trip. I might still want that more human touch from the check-in. But if I'm going for a business trip to a conference, I'm happy to check in and out without too much interaction. Are you seeing the way that you work with hotels is different depending on the property type?
Yes, but less than you would expect. You would expect maybe that indeed the business traveler is much more, wants much more this online check-in and this
Yeah,
experience, instead of the tourist, let's say. But I think that we see actually also that both type of guests, and also between ages and everything, it's they're adapting very very well. I don't think there's really to say there's a big difference between corporate or leisure guest, or age differences there.
right.
It really depends on the type of hotel. So we do see some big differences between city centers, like city hotels, urban hotels, and more the countryside hotels. But between the guests, it depends on how you bring it, how you communicate to them as well. If you communicate the online check-in through email or through WhatsApp, that we do see a lot of ways to improve it. And some hotels, want to go more that direction than others.
Sure. Thank you. I recently read a post that you did on LinkedIn asking hoteliers to run an AI test. I think around
Yeah,
sort of generative search, ChatGPT, and to see if their property makes the shortlist
Yeah.
when AI agents are asking to recommend hotels. I thought it was really interesting, and it was definitely front and center of a few conferences I've been at recently. Can you
Mhm.
talk us through that exercise, what it reveals, and how
Sure.
hoteliers are showing up?
Yeah, look, I think in general that there's obviously a lot of talk about AI, but what I see is that hotels are not really using it, and they just don't know also where to start and how to use it. And I think it's, I don't know, I think it's my responsibility and the responsibility of I guess the hotel tech industry to help hotels embrace AI and help hotels see the benefits of AI and use the power of AI, and also to prepare them in for what is coming. And one of those things is indeed is that I think that it will change the way guests will find hotels and guests will search for hotels and how the guests will book hotels. And I think that you already see it now where before guests would just basically use either Google or Booking or whatever OTA to find hotels and and just basically search a city and then scroll end of scroll of comparing hotels. And nowadays, I mean, more and more guests are just using AI chat tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and others to just say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. I want a hotel. I'm going there with my family. I want something with a nice breakfast. I want something to to do in the city, and then just AI recommends them two, three, four, five hotels, depending on what you ask them to do, and then so it's not going to be an endless scroll anymore. And also, I think we are also going to a future where you would just basically say to AI to book the hotel for you, and just I'm going there to Paris. Just this is what I want. Just book it for me. So I think that hotels need to prepare for that. And then I think a nice exercise with what I explained in my post is that you basically, as a guest, you just let's say you have an hotel in Paris and somewhere so basically you search like as a guest, you say I'm going there to Paris. I want an hotel, say in your neighborhood, type of hotel you are. If you're a family hotel, or if you are any type of hotel, and maybe which facilities that you have, like a gym or any other facilities, and just see and just ask the AI to recommend you two, three hotels, and see which hotels come up. And I think it's interesting to see which ones come up
Yeah,
and also why and which sources the AI used. And maybe your hotel doesn't is not available in those sources, those websites, or you're not specifically saying that you are getting these type of guests. And also then ask the AI, because that's you can use it also to help you benefit from it. So if you're not in those top three, ask the AI, why didn't you choose my hotel? And then it will actually explain you, okay, I didn't use this hotel because A, B, C, and this is things that you can then work on.
sure.
And yeah, so and prepare for this next, I guess, era, because it is going to happen. It will take some time, but it is going to happen that it will shift. The traffic will shift, the search and the hotel bookings will shift to AI tools.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can all see a future where the majority of bookings are done on
Hmm.
behalf of guests through AI agents. I just want to move to, I guess, the power of direct bookings, because I know one of Noovy's
Hmm.
missions, if you like, is really about
Yeah.
shifting power back to independent hoteliers. I
Yes.
guess helping them move away from high commission bookings and towards creating more unforgettable experiences. What are some of the barriers that you're seeing still, which are holding independent hotels back from owning the direct guest relationship?
Yeah, but I think the benefits are clear for hotels, right? They want to obviously be less dependent on certain big OTAs. They want to pay less commission because these commissions keep going up. And they want to offer better guest experience and own the data of the guest and have more control. So the benefits are obvious, and many hotels therefore also want to get more direct bookings. But it's difficult. It's not, it's they need help with it, just like they need help with, going to the shift to AI. They need help in generating more direct bookings, and that's one of the things, one of our missions, if you will. So we help in different ways. So we first of all also offer our advice, our expertise on what they can do, like on their website and other things to really improve the conversion on the website and to really improve their positioning. We also offer then a pricing widget to basically show the guest that it's better to book direct. We do advise hotels to offer lower rates on their website. And we offer bookings and very high conversion bookings, and to make sure that everybody who starts the booking process also ends the booking process with successful booking. And then we also look at generating more traffic for the hotel, direct traffic from meta search sites, and especially Google Hotel Search, which has been growing rapidly the last few years. So there are many possibilities, many options for hotels to get more direct bookings, and we have examples of hotels doing it very successfully. But they do need help in most cases to get there. It's not that easy, and obviously they're competing with big OTAs and big hotel chains. So it's definitely something they need help with, and we and others or other parties
Sure.
are doing that. I think that if you look at now compared to 10 years ago, there is a big difference, and the direct bookings are really have really increased.
Thank you. What would you say a great direct booking journey looks like in 2025?
So I think from a guest perspective, so usually not always, but usually when a guest gets to the hotel website, they have been to an OTA before, and they saw this hotel on other sites before. So I think that on the website, there are a few things. First of all, there should be more information and more pictures than on any of the OTAs. So some guests just want more, go to the hotel website just to get more information. And and especially what is important on the website is that it's clear what your direct booking advantages are, and that the call to action, the booking button is very clear as well, and people don't need to search for it, because sometimes I go to many hotel websites, several every day, and if sometimes I really have to look for how to book. So that's a big improvement there. So definitely, so the guest comes to a website where it's all the information is available, the direct booking advantages are clear, and how to book, like the booking button is very standing out. So and then the guest starts the booking process on the bookings, and it should be as smooth or smoother than on any of the OTAs. That means that the guest wants to basically quickly make the booking. And I still see that a lot of hotels have booking engines that have many steps, and also asking a lot of details and information from the guest, their address, and a lot of information that is not necessary at this stage. So
No.
I think that the guest wants to make a booking as quick as possible, and you should be making it as easy as possible for them. Otherwise, they would just book at an OTA. So you need the name obviously from the guest. You need their email address, maybe phone number, but that's it. I mean, you shouldn't ask them more information. Obviously, a type of payment or a credit card, but other than that, you don't need anything else to confirm the booking. Now, of course, afterwards you can with the online check-in, and you can collect that information. But I think so for the guest who wants is to get to a hotel website, have all the information there, make the booking, have a quick and easy booking process, and get their confirmation. That's basically it. And basically, if your price is lower than the OTAs on the direct site, and you're clearly communicating your direct booking advantages, then you will get more direct bookings.
Sure. And talking about Noovy for a minute, what's next for Noovy in the roadmap? What are you most excited about as you look ahead?
Many things. So I think that the self-checking kiosk is one that we introduced recently, that we see really helps hotels. Because staff sources we talked about, and also with regarding AI. So it's not we are advising and helping people to understand where we're going to help hotels in this new shift. But also there is, again, hotels don't know how they can use AI, so we help them there as well. So we have integrated AI into our revenue management tool. So we are basically offering price suggestions based on an algorithm with AI, and we see great results there. We see really great results, and I think revenue management is especially something that for especially smaller or independent hotels, they still have they're leaving a lot of money on the table, and they still have money, a lot of improvement and growth to go there. So I think that revenue management is definitely something that we are continue constantly improving and helping hotels, and we see amazing results. And the other thing with AI is also regarding guest messaging. I think that we have also introduced this, and this is being used by quite many hotels now, and we're seeing amazing results. So that's basically where the AI So we do messages with WhatsApp and with
Yeah.
Booking.com. So if a guest asks, like say, to Booking.com and they ask a question to Booking messaging, AI will automatically reply and answer all those questions. And also with WhatsApp, so we can send messages to the guest through WhatsApp, but also the guest can ask questions to WhatsApp, which we then the AI isn't would then answer. So it saves a lot of time for the guests because for the staff, hotel staff. So because many of these questions are repetitive tasks, questions like how do I get to the hotel? Can I store my luggage after checkout? What time is check-in? What time is breakfast? All these kind of things can easily be answered. And obviously there are some things that we can't do. Like if the guest is in the room and asks an additional towel, obviously we can't help there, but we do send then a notification to the hotel staff to bring a towel to the guest. So we see great not only great advantages for the hotel but also for the guests and the guest experience. And I think that it's basically solves one problem with the hotel's staff shortages, but also solves a problem with the
Sure.
increased guest expectations. So there are many different things. I think that usually when we talk to hotels, we sit down with them and we see what their goal is and what they want to focus on. They want to focus on direct bookings, they want to focus on the staff shortages, on guest experience. So different things, and we can help with all of them.
Perfect. Thank you. And you're an exhibitor at No Vacancy London, taking
Yeah.
place in February 26th. Can you just give us a view as to why you decided to get involved in No Vacancy? What excites you about a new event coming to London? And I guess generally, why events like that are important at a time for rapid transformation in hospitality.
Yeah. So different things. So I think that events like No Vacancy offer great opportunity for hotels to explore, what is out there and explore new solutions, find new partners to solve problems they have with guest experience or with staff shortages. So it's a great opportunity for hotels. You know, and also I think that for hotels, but OTAs, but also for myself, I think it's great to these kind of events to talk to hotels. So I think it's amazing to have this face-to-face, real life, in-person conversations, which is completely different than having something online. So I think that gives us great benefits because we talk to many hotels every day of these events, and we learn a lot of it from it as well. Like we learn what these hotels, what are their challenges and how we can help them and how we can improve some things. So I think that for us, it's a great way to talk to as many hotels as possible and to learn as much as possible. And for hotels, it's the same. It's for them to talk to as many offer solutions and partners as possible, and to learn also from that and to see what's new and which kind of solution can maybe help them in their hotel operation. So I think it's amazing. And I think that again, the face to face is really different than having it online. So that makes a big difference. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your insights today. Obviously, visitors to No Vacancy can come and see you and your team, talk to you more about the solutions and services that you provide on your booth at the event. So, just all that remains is for me to thank you, Jonatan Tsuff, CEO of Noovy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.